was born and raised in Brentwood. I'm one of 6 boys, and Bobby was right in the middle of it. He was a great athlete, great baseball player. My brother was diagnosed with leukemia when he was 6 years old. He was an all-star the year he got sick. I've had 4 older brothers, and none of them were a match. And then I was born, and I was a match. And at the time, the bone marrow transplant world really was just a vision because the transplant that I did for Bobby in late 72, early 73 was only the 33rd transplant ever done because it was brand new, and I was the youngest in history at the time. And the University of Washington had pioneered the developmental pieces of the bone marrow transplant process. They took the marrow from my hip and my spine and gave it to Bobby. The transplant worked. He made it 108 days. He got an infection from a shot it was nobody's fault. It's just part of the risk, and that's what eventually killed him. I was just short of my 5th birthday. He died in July of 73. He had turned 11 in February. Bobby was just a special person. He was probably the best of all of us. Recently, I visited Seattle, and I met with the doctor, Dr. Thomas, and he won the Nobel Prize. And I sat down and talked to him. I couldn't believe he was still alive.
He was funded by the American Cancer Society, went on to win a Nobel Prize, bringing this to patients and saving patients. What are your thoughts?
The first thing that comes to my mind, it takes a village. It takes all of us. One little bit at a time can achieve what happened in Seattle in 1973. The American Cancer Society supporting the research. Everything in my life, from that point forward was just a little bit different, but I'm gonna fight, and I'm not gonna quit. And servant leadership was a big part of what I taught at Franklin American for 25 years, and so I'm very thankful that I'm in the place that I'm in and that God has blessed me, and I have the opportunity to give back to my community and to the causes that I care about and those causes that have touched my life.
And then another layer to this piece is now you're going through something.
Mine's nothing compared to Bobby. I've had prostate cancer. I was diagnosed in 2022. I had a prostatectomy in November of that year. I was cancer-free up until last fall. My count started going up a little bit. So I went through 8 weeks of radiation, 5 days a week for 8 weeks. I would encourage all men, pride, ego, whatever it is about going to the doctor, just go do it. Nothing is more precious than life. And do your part to maintain that, if not for yourself, but for those that love you. I was a football, baseball kid through college, and I took up golf when I got out of college. I think football, baseball, athletics, golf, cancer, it just kind of all fits for me. It takes everybody in this room that's here tonight. It can be $100, it can be $10. Every little bit matters, and all of that money, when you're talking about an institution like the American Cancer Society, is going to use those funds to do everything that they can in their power to defeat the disease. The American Cancer Society is kind of the center point for those people in the village to come to and contribute and really make a difference.